be ready. Start, sir. The scheme contemplated in Section 13 of the Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertakings Act is under preparation. Government officials are consulting the Reserve Bank and the chief executives of nationalized banks. Whatever constructive suggestions you may make will be taken into consideration. Government is also examining how to give a fair share of the work relating to government treasuries and allied matters and of the accounts of public sector enterprises to the 14 nationalized banks. In the weeks immediately following July 19, it was rumored in some circles that the nationalization of the 14 banks would lead to the denial of loans to large productive enterprises. Nothing could be farther from the truth, and I am sure that you know this. The production of goods and services useful to the community must expand fast. Otherwise, grave distortions arise in the economy leading to unemployment. You should have no hesitation in assisting all genuine productive enterprise of medium and large size. However, please do remember that in India, bank finance has not always been measured by lenders against actual production needs, and there has not been any effective check on the end use of bank money. Naturally, you should be more alert in this sphere so that very big enterprises or houses do not have to be given larger assistance than is actually warranted in terms of the needs of production and distribution. The Reserve Bank should be able to advise you in detail in this matter. Similarly, in lending against shares and commodities, you would be well advised to be vigilant so that allegations of cornering of shares or of goods in short supply for unsocial purposes with bank money do not arise. The devices to ensure this are matters of detail which, for the present, with the advice of the Reserve Bank, you should be able to work out. There are few other points to which I should like to draw your attention. Most of the term financing institutions working in the fields of industry and agriculture are in the public sector, as there is a government representative on the board of every financial institutions. There is greater opportunity than before to coordinate our actions and attitudes with term financing bodies, particularly at the state level, so that the short term and long term needs of development are adequately taken care of. As I have mentioned earlier, it would be useful to be actively in touch with the state and union territory governments so that they do not remain in ignorance of what you can do and what you cannot, and they may also trim and adopt their expectations as to get the best out of the monetary system for the good of the public without nationalized banks having to depart from sound canons of wise financing. Incidentally, this might mean you're subjecting governmental projects to constructive but careful scrutiny, advising the governments what particular precautions they should take in their own and the public interest, and you discounting the hit there to frequent practice of learning heavily on government guarantees. You are aware of the current tensions in the minds of the rising generation and the main causes of these. One of the irregularities we must correct is the complaint of neglect and incomprehension which the student community appears to make against established authority. It is good to learn that some of you have schemes for financial assistance to students in need. These schemes deserve wide publicity. Those like you who have knowledge and experience of business, industry, and the monetary system can also usefully establish closer touch with the student community. Perhaps you and your senior officials could occasionally arrange meetings with young people and also with other sections of the public. I am glad to know that some of you are trying to use Hindi and regional languages in your contacts with your customers and the public. I think it is necessary to evolve some positive attitude to the language problem over which there are strong feelings in the country. I should like to assure you that the government has no intention of forcible amalgamation of one nationalized bank with another or of upsetting the management of any bank which does its best to achieve well known objectives. If structural changes in banks are felt to be necessary in the light of working experience wherever possible, these should come about through consultation and coordination. The fear was expressed to me by some smaller banks whether their voice would be heard equally along with bigger banks. I am sure that his will be so. The misunderstanding which arose in some uninformed circles after nationalization is settling down. I am sure that soon it will disappear altogether. The nationalized banks, the Reserve Bank, and the central government will, however, be judged by the country mainly by quality and depth of the endeavor they make towards ensuring social and economic justice and for upliftment of the weaker sections of society. Stop.